Hello, dear face. We can start the session. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you to another session of our industry-oriented training on Python programming for AI and data analytics. Over the past few sessions, we have learned how to work with structured data using pandas and import datasets from various sources. Today, we move on to one of the most important stages of data analysis pipeline, data cleaning and missing values. Today's lecture will focus on handling null values and data processing, pre-processing techniques. In real-world scenarios, data sets are really perfect. Missing values, inconsistencies, duplicate records, and formatting issues are common challenges that can significantly affect the accuracy of analysis and machine learning models. Before any meaningful insights can be extracted, the data must first be cleaned and prepared. During today's session, we will learn practical techniques for identifying missing data, handling null values effectively, and preparing data sets for further analysis. These pre-processing skills are fundamental for anyone working in data analytics, machine learning, or artificial intelligence, as the quality of data directly influences the quality of results. I encourage everyone to code along with today's demonstrations, explore the examples, and actively participate throughout the session. Mastering data cleaning techniques will help you develop a strong foundation for working with real-world datasets and building reliable analytical models. It is my pleasure to welcome our esteemed mentor and speaker, Dr. Meher Chand, Associate Professor at Farid College of Engineering and Technology, Bathinda. Through his expertise in artificial intelligence, machine learning, computational sciences, and data analytics, he continues to provide practical guidance that equips learners with industry-relevant skills. With great pleasure, I invite Dr. Meher Chand to kindly lead us into today's session. Over to you, sir.
Okay, dear face, thank you for nice introduction. And good evening, all of the participants. Welcome back to our 24th session of ongoing industrial training program Python for data science and machine learning. So till now, the lectures and the sessions which we conduct are really very supportive and fundamental of the machine learning. There are so many applications, and today also we are going to cover how to handle the missing values. Okay, so partially the sum of the content data cleaning and missing values may be in the previous file, but today's session is more advanced and a deep understanding about all these applications. But I think as we have covered the sessions and the fundamental and many things are now similar to each other, there is no big challenge for you. You can easily understand all these basic concepts because the syntax of the Python are very familiar with you.
Hello,
And
Professor.
yeah, good evening, Galaxy M10. Okay, so
Your screen is not visible for me.
screen share, I'm going to share just 1 minute. I did not share the screen till now. Yes,
Okay. Okay,
now
excuse me.
you can see the screen. Okay, my screen is visible to all the participants. So I was talking about the data cleaning and missing values. Okay, handling the null values and the data pre-processing technique using pandas. Okay, so most of the data set, when you will do some experiment or statistical analysis in the Python, pandas is the major uh, role, or you can say the key role for importing the data set, reading the data set, manipulating the data set to apply all type of the operations. Okay, but before starting statistical analysis, data cleaning and missing value handling are very, very essential and most important part. So until our data is not clean and ready for the any further operation, we have to complete all these essential steps so that our results and findings are accurate, more accurate. Okay. and the missing values don't affect our findings. So here, understand the data quality issues, identify and handle the missing values, detect duplicate reports, perform data preprocessing, encode categorical variables, scale numerical features. So I think some of these operations which we are going to do now. In the previous session, 23rd, the file which I have shared with you, many things we have covered in the previous session. Okay. So here I will share with you one more file containing 50 examples. Okay. Here I have only the fundamentals, but you should try the other file also having 50 examples so that you can have very clear concept, because this part which we are going to cover is most important, and without any preparation of the data. Okay, if data is not ready for further operations, for statistical analysis, for machine learning models, recommendation model, etc. So without having the data cleaning and preparation of the data set, we are not able to apply any statistical or other operations. So these are very, very essential part. Okay, so you are familiar about these two libraries. So first, I would like to know the file which I shared yesterday after the session, and mostly in that particular file, we use the some data set. Okay, how we can read the data set, and then there are some operations. So all type of the, just like to read the data set from CSV file, to read the data set from Excel file, and how you can read the data set by using URL. And last one was how you can read the data set in Google Colab. So these operations, these topics we covered yesterday, and the content are very quite easy. Everyone can easily understand. Okay, syntax of the Python are similar. So related to this syntax which we are using for data storage, etc., are now familiar to everyone. Okay, still, if you have any question related to the previous file, if you have complete it, then you can ask the questions. Otherwise, we have to complete, or then you can have some problem. So if there is any challenge, so you can ask from me. I can start now. Otherwise, if no one asking, so I can start from this place. Otherwise, you can put also the questions in the chat box. Okay, you are permitted to unmute your mic. But also, if you are not able some time, you can put your query in the chat box so that every doubt or the questions from your side can be cleared side by side during the session also. So here, this is these are the libraries which we import at a space by using in the similar way. And we are using here very small data set, as you can see, data with using string dictionary. Okay, so this is the key, and this is the value, and values are names, Aman, Riya, Karan, Priya, and last we have is missing value, none. Similarly, we have the age. So here some values are there. One value is missing, and also there is one value missing in this variable, and in the city also one value is missing. Okay, so this type of the data we have. So when you will execute this shell, you can see, actually I have already executed this file when I was creating. Okay, so all the outputs are there. So in this data frame, you can see in the first column, this value is missing. In the second column, this value is missing. And in the third column, this value is missing. and in the last column city, this value is missing. So this is the entire data set. So first we are required to use these all operations, and we already apply all these operations: df.info, df.describe, df.shape, df.columns, and df.datatype. All these functions we have tried to use in the previous session. Okay, and now you are familiar about all this when you will execute. Okay, so first we have the info. You can see this is the info. Okay, and describe. What will describe will return. Okay, so if you will try, if you can use them one by one, this will be easy. Okay, we can break them. Cut. Okay, so then you can use here next one. So when sometimes we are using all together at the same place, then all the functions are not giving output. Otherwise, you can use just like a print function. So in that case, all the values will print there. Otherwise, you can see if I will execute all these three statements all together, then only we have one output. Okay, so if I will execute, we have only the data type. If I execute only one, just like cut it, then we have the shape value, size. Okay, then or the another way you can use here print. Okay, so you must try to use manipulate the code, all the functions, control and enter. Okay, so now you can see here this is the first output with respect to this variable, and this is the we have data type. So when you will use the print function with the all together functions, then you have all outputs. But if you are not using print, then only last statement, last input will return, and other will not appear. Okay, so this is the way how you can understand the data set. Okay, and you know about this function dot t. So this will transpose this data frame, and you can have count, means, std, minimum value, maximum value, 25%, 50%, 75%, and maximum value with respect to all these variable. Okay, now the next task we have is to detect a missing value. Okay, so here also you can use a null function, sorry, print function, or otherwise we can execute these values one by one. Sorry. Yes. So is there null? Yes. Here is true. Here is true. Here is true. So these are the null values. Okay. Then so this will return the sum. Okay. You can see in each column we have one missing value. Okay. But the data set which we used yesterday, there was no missing value, but right now we have missing value. So with this example, you will understand how we can handle this missing value, how we can remove, what are the different ways. Okay, so all these things are there, control and enter. So this is the percentage. This is the percentage of the missing values. Okay, and then last we have is not null, control and enter. Okay, this is the opposite to is null. This operation is null, here is not null. So here the output you can see opposite. So true will be false and false will be true. Okay, now the next thing is if the values are missing, then drop missing values. Okay, so here you can see how we can drop them. cut. Okay, so if you are using drop now, so we have left only this one value. Okay, so what you will do for if you have left this type of a data set only or very small data set, not useful. Okay, so we have to handle this type of the situation. Okay, this was row wise. Okay, and when you will see here in this row, yes. So in this row, we have one missing value. Here is also one missing value. And in this also we have one missing value. In this also we have one missing value. So except one, all the rows contain one missing value. That's why all these rows are missing. Okay. And if you will check drop now axis is equal to 1. See what happened? Control and enter. Only we are left with the index number. Okay, this is also the again very big problem. Then what we can do? See the next step. Here you can apply such type of the threshold. Okay, so first we check control and enter. Drop now how odd. Okay, so we have the data set like in this way. Okay, so we have the same data set. But if you are using this threshold, is it meaningful or not? So if we are using the threshold length DF product 0.5, okay, then DF dot drop now. This is a threshold, and according to this threshold, this will drop. We can check it, what this will do. Okay, so you can see almost we have the same problem. Okay, we are not able to remove them. And if you will remove, then all the values are disappear. So we have to control this type of the situation. So we have the another way, because when you have the data set, and if by using this drop function, more than 50% data is removed from your current data set, then we have to see, we have to observe the other operation, how we can handle this situation. Okay, so the another way you can see here, cut this one. We will check it one by one. Actually, in the data set, we can fill the value. We can assign 0 value to the missing value, just like at this place we have nan, here is nan. Okay, so if you can fill by using any value, so we can assign 0 value there. There is no data, no information. So you can have the information like in this way. You can see we fill 0. Okay, and here is also we have 0 value. And then we can check unknown. We can check unknown. Okay, so the missing value are unknown now. Okay. Again, this approach is one of them is good. Okay, so here you can see these three. So one is you can use in the place of unknown value, forward value or backward value. Okay, just like if you will check this this part, we can use this function. So for edge, you can see here we have 22, and at the place we have is 25. This is the missing value. So we can use forward value or backward value, just like we can use in the place of unknown 25 or 22. But this is not the fixed approach. Okay, we can choose accordingly. As you can see here, the information is increasing. the values are increasing 22, 25, 27, 30. So we can use this value 25 at its place. But if you have you can see salary. Okay, here this value is in the mid. So either you can use this value or this value. Okay, you can use one of them. Okay, but sometimes if this missing value is at this place, which I highlight at this place. So in this case, we have to use this value, previous value. Okay, so according to that, we have to choose. So the maximum part of the known values are in this side. We will use this value here. So this is the choice how we can use the value to fill the missing value in the data set. Then, okay, control and enter, you can see. You can see here 22, then at the place we have 25. So in this way, we can fill the data when you will execute. And if, sorry, yes, if you are using, we can use to fill the missing value by using mean. Okay, mean of the values which are exist at the base. Okay, we will take the mean. We can use median. We can use mode. Okay, so these operations also can be used to fill the missing value. Just like you can see here in this example. Okay, so this missing value we are going to fill by using mean. So there are only 4 values known. Okay, so the mean of this value will be taken and will be replaced unknown by the mean value. Control and enter. See, this is the mean value of other known values which you can see at this place. Similarly, for salary, we can fill by using mean, we can fill by using median. Sometimes if it is required, depend upon your choice, because this is not the exact method, or there is no such rule. Okay, but by using one of these option we can do. Also, by changing these values and when you will apply some algorithms and then when you will examine, you will apply some test whether the results are affected or not. So according to that, we can use in the place of mean, median or mode or the forward backward choice. Okay, so one of them we can use to fill the missing value. And one most important thing, the missing value fill is required only if you have the small data set. Okay, if you have the data set which has about 2000 entries, if you have 2000 data entries and the missing values are very less. So depends upon the percentage. How many percentage are the missing value? So again, we have to observe if suppose that there is any column or the entries where the missing values are about 80% or 85%, we have to drop that particular row or column. Okay. Second, sometimes we have the data size is very small. Okay, all the parameters are very important. All the values are required, because if the data is small, how we can train our model, how we can predict the values. Because when you will develop this type of the technology or intelligent tool or intelligent system for the prediction, for the recommendation, for the analysis, we need the large data set. But while training, you have very sufficient data set. And if the missing, due to the missing values, some column or the rows are reduced, so that also affect your uh, research or the finding. Okay, so in that case, according to the situation, when you will do some experiment, okay, you will understand our data is important, how you can save, how you can, if you want to remove, if it is essential to remove, then minimize it, minimum to minimum rows or the column should be removed, not maximize. Okay, so that you can have more data set. So all these things, when you will apply, when you will do some experiment in the coming sessions, we will assign you some data set, and parallelly you will develop some project. All the project will be assigned to all the participant. Okay, so now we are very close to assign you the project in the coming sessions. Many things we have learned. So this will help you how you will apply drop now function, fill now function. Okay, the understanding about all this is very, very important. So yeah, yes, you can see here forward, backward fill, interpolation. This is also there. Okay, just like you can see DF forward. This is the forward fill. This will fill automatically. Okay, and there is a backward fill also. Okay, so this also we can be used. Just like for the age, if I will execute interpolate. Okay, uh, if I check this one, control and enter. DF fill now. Okay, forward fill. So here you can see 22 is at a place. 22 is here. Okay, if you are using, backward fill now. See, okay, now this 25 is here at the missing place. Jatinder sir, your mic is unmuted. Please check it. Okay, so when you are using this function for age, okay, so this will fill automatically, and this is filling all the values, just like you can see in the city Pune, and here is also you can see the value where was missing. So this value and this value, observe these two value. Okay, for these two different operations. So when we use here forward fill, so this 22 is here and 42,000 is also here. But if we are using backward fill, so in that case, this 25 is here and 5,000 is at the missing place, and Pune is here. And in the previous example, this value was missing, Mumbai. Mumbai is here. So in this way, we can directly use this forward and backward function, and these will automatically fill the missing values, as you can see. Okay, and there is one more technique which you can apply, that is interpolation. Okay, so this is the interpolate. See, when I will execute this statement, this value, interpolate means, what is the meaning of interpolation? If we have some data set, okay, we can interpolate the value by using some technique, okay, which is unknown. Okay, so here by using the interpolate, we can fill this missing value, which is 23.5, and you can see this value is between these two values exactly 22.5. Okay, so in this way also we can fill the missing values or null values. So these are the techniques which help you to use in your study, which you wanted to work. Okay, so also if sometimes we need to replace the value, we can do. Here is Delhi, then New Delhi. Okay. Any question, please? Do you have any question? I think due to unknowingly, someone has mic is unmuted. Okay, just 1 minute. I need to check. Mr. Jitendra. Okay, so yes, it's okay now. So if you have any question, dear participant, you can put in the chat box. I will check parallelly during the session. So I have control the mute unmute options. So please let me know my screen is visible. Okay. Screen is visible to everyone. Just hold. This the entire screen. Okay, it's fine now. So where is our actual data set? Here is Delhi. Here is Delhi. Okay. And if you want to replace this one, we can do. You can see here, replace function is there. df.replace, we want to replace Delhi into New Delhi. So this will automatically will be updated. So some of the functions which we are using now, we have covered in the previous session. Okay. So here is some more detail about the cell. When we have the missing value. So here you can see there is no duplicate entries. Okay. Shift and enter. We have taken new shell. So if we want to check this function also we have used in the previous session. There is no duplicated sum. Okay, that is 0. And drop duplicate, if there are some duplicate value, then we can drop by using this entry. Okay. Yes, there is no duplicate, so the same values are there. Then after rename the column, we can do this function also we have used in the previous session. Okay, df.rename and column salary. At the place of salary, we want to update monthly salary. Okay, so you can see here the name of this column. Change data type. Okay, so sometimes if it is required to change the data type, we can do. How we can see age. We can see age, control and enter. Print df. Yes. Okay, here you can see this is the age group and Filna age. Okay, by using median. Now we are using median. Okay, age type integer. Okay, so this is the integer value. Sometimes if by default it is a non-integer, then when you will apply statistical analysis, okay, so this will create problem in data set in operating the operations. Okay, so the values just like for the age variable, salary variable must be integer. And what about the salary? This is the missing value. So here we do not use any PD dot to numeric. Okay, all the values here are numerical value, but this is missing value. If you want to fill this one, then again you can use this function median or mean, your choice. Okay, so here this is also the string operations, very useful. So sometimes when you are collecting some data set by using any, just like a Google form, okay, so all the candidates are not filling the information correctly, just like and there is a column for gender. Okay, so for male and female, so some will use M in the uppercase, some will use all the characters in the uppercase, some you will use all the characters in the lowercase. So this is the mixed information, and all these categories which I mentioned are different. Okay, but actually there are only two categories. In the same way, for female, some will use all the characters in uppercase, some will use all character in the lowercase, someone will use F in uppercase. So 3 and 3, there are 6 categories now, according to this type of the information by submitting. So actually there are only two options, two categories, male and female. But due to this reason, we have 6 categories. So this is the again we have the big problem. So to handle this type of the situation, we have some string operations which we can use. Okay, just like you can see only the last one. These are important. See. So here you can see in city, all the characters are in uppercase. Okay. And if you are using lower, now all are in lowercase. And if you are using str.title, so only first will be in uppercase. Okay, so actually this will help you to uniform your data set. Okay, when there is any column containing non-numerical values, okay, and these are not uniform, so you need to make all these in uniform. So if you are required to encode, sorry, not decode, only encode. So in the case of encode, we have to all these value in uniform format, so that there will be only 0 and 1. If these are not uniform, the problem is that there will be such 6 categories, and you will have the numbers in encoding 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so to avoid this type of the problem, we must have uniform inputs. Okay, in the case of non-numerical values, just like you can see. So all these will help you to make your dataset uniform. Okay, so then there is outlier detection. Can you please anyone explain what is the meaning of outliers? Anyone? This is very important part in the data set. I can permit you to unmute your mic. Yes, I forget. The mic is muted. Yes, now you can unmute your mic. If anyone can expand about the meaning of outliers. Yes, please, anyone.
An outlier is a data value that is significantly different from the rest of the observations in the data set. Example, we have 10, 2, 10, 12, 15, and another one, 100, another one, -1. And those ones are outliers.
Your voice is not coming, sir.
Okay, okay. Sorry, my mic was muted. Uh, Again, I'm going to share. Thank you. Okay. So when you will see this data set, okay, containing the marks. So we plot box plot. We will study in the detail what is a box plot, etc. Okay. So these are the some statements. By using all these, we have the box plot. For now, this is important. So this value, which you can see, is the minimum value from our data set. Okay. And this is the maximum value. And the box in the blue color, you can see the left side. This is the first quartile, Q1. This is the value of Q1. This is the value of Q2. This is the value of Q3. Okay. Q1, Q2, Q3. These values are important. So when you are using the describe function, there are minimum value, there is a maximum value, there is a first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. Okay. And what is IQR? IQR. So this is the Q3. Q3, the height of this box. The height of this box or length of this box is IQR. So to get the value of IQR, Q3 minus Q1. So this is the formula. And the value which you can see at this place is outliers. This is the outlier. The value which will be on the right side of this point. This is the maximum value. Okay. But if there is any value which is on the right hand side or any value which is on the left hand side of this point. So these values on the left side and the values on the right side are outliers. So now the thing is how you can calculate outliers. The formula is given here. Yes. This is the Q1. Q1 is equal to DF salary quantile. Quantile means 25%. Okay. Quantile means here we are taking 25% for Q1. And Q3 will contain 75%. So this is the way how you can assess the data, 75% and 25%. So the 25% is by using quantile 0.25 and Q3 by using quantile 0.75. So we have these two values. So this will contain 25% of the data set. This will contain 75% of the data set. And this is the IQR, interquartile range, interquartile range, which is equal to Q3 minus Q1. So by using, we can get this value. And Q3 minus Q1, this is the height of this box, which you can see here, this one. Okay. So after that, if you want to get lower quartile, so this is the way how you can calculate Q1 minus 1.5 product IQR. So by using this one, you can compute outliers which will be on left side of this point in this side. Okay. And by using the another upper, we have Q3 plus 1.5 product IQR. Okay, so these are the upper value. Q1, just 1 minute. Q1. Sorry, just 1 minute. One mistake from my side. When you will apply this formula and this formula. So this is the lower and this is the upper. Okay, these values. This value and this value. Okay, so when you will apply this condition to get the outliers, this is the way to get the outliers. So the values which are less than lower means less than from this point in this side. Okay, and the values which are greater than from upper, these values. Okay, so greater than this point. So those points will be outliers and these values will be outliers. So by using this formula, this will return all the outliers, whether these are on the left side or on the right side. So this is the way how you can calculate outlier detection if there are. Okay, so for all those you can see in the box plot, but here dataset is different. I take simple example so that I can explain easily, or this is the different data set, okay, which you can see here. But here you are using the data set is different. So the image which you can see, this one is based on by using this information only. Okay, so this is the box plot. Sometimes this box plot will be vertical. Okay, so I think to box plot I have shared with you a file. If not, then I will again share with you. Okay, so you can get some more detail about the box plot, or you can come to on the website here, box plot. You can see box plot. Which example is better for you? Yes, you can see this one. But here outliers are not there. Yes, you can see this the outlier. Okay, this is the lower extreme. This part which you can see is whisker. This is the lower quantile, means Q1. This is median. So Q2 will be equal to median. This is the upper quantile and this is the upper stream. So these value which will be below this line, lower extreme, this is the outlier. And if there is any point which is above on this line, that is also outlier. So the formula we have already discussed, and from this you can have some more interesting examples you can see, just like if you want to check this example, we can see, yes, this is a minor Miller-Weiler, okay, and you can see here the values quantile 1, quantile 2, quantile 3, and their respective ranges. There are many examples are there, you can search in the Google, and also along with the I will share with you cheat sheet. This will help you for better understanding. Okay. So is there now any doubt related to the outliers? How you can calculate the values Q1, Q2, Q3 are quite simple. And if you are required to compute manually, we can do by using this formula. Okay. And this is IQ. Once again, I have repeat. This is the lower and this is the upper value. And this is the formula to get outliers. Okay. So if you want to visualize, then you can use box plot. Box plot is very important because by using the box plot, we can get many informations. There is also one type of the violin plot that is also similar to box, but in a different way. So all type of the visualization data we will cover in the coming sessions. Then you can see we have the encoding. Okay, so for that we have to use label encoder. And this will be inside scikit-learn. Okay. So from sklearn dot preprocessing, import label encoder, and then you can see temp df dot copy. Okay, this will copy the data set. Okay, and then what you will do, temp city. So the fill now unknown. So the values where the values are missing, we are using unknown. Okay, then we are using here this label encoder, which we import here. Okay, so what we do now, city label, we are assigning the labels to city. So lead dot fit transform label city. So this will be assign encode. Okay, pd dot get dummies temp column city. So when you will execute, you can see these are the encode. These are the label city. Okay, so from 00, these are same. It means if these are same, it means at the place the name of the city will be same. Okay, we can check it in our data set. You can see Delhi, Delhi. Two entries are same. Okay, the other are different. So that's why you can see 00132. And what about the feature scaling? Did you cover this part or not? Feature scaling. Actually, this part you have covered already. Okay, but here we are using machine learning. Okay, the other part are same. Just like you can see here, sklearn dot preprocessing import standard scaler and minimum scaler. Okay, there are also the two options, so we can use them. Okay, so the other part which you can see here are similar. Okay, you can use them. And this is the complete data cleaning pipeline. So all the things are there to fill the data set, to remove the data set, etc. These steps are important. Okay, the similar part which we have discussed in the above. So you can see here, median is using, mean is using, mode is also there, str dot title is also there, age type. Okay, so drop duplicates. So all the functions which we discussed are highly useful to clean the data set, so that our data set can be very useful. Any question, please, dear participant? If you have any question, please, you can unmute your mic. Okay. No, quite simple. Okay. So now the task which I assign you is to complete this file. Okay. So nothing, but actually the thing is, there are 50 examples, different examples. So you will cover both the file so that you can have good practice. And in the coming sessions, when you will try to work on your project, which will be assigned in the very short coming days. Okay, so as much you have the strong foundation, you have less challenge, less problems in the coming sessions. Okay, so I hope you will cover all these different examples which I put here. Various examples are there, but some functions will be new, some function will be old, and some we are using here in a different way. If there are 50 examples, so you can see all the examples will be different. Okay, so there are 50 ways to use these operations and will help you for the better understanding. And when I will assign the project, so this term which we are using here for the data cleaning will be familiar to everyone, and you have good understanding. So now I am sharing this file, and if you have any question, please don't hesitate. If not, then we can conclude the session. Yes. Okay, no question. No one asking. Balnoor Preet Kaur. Balnoor Preet Kaur. मैडम आप कहाँ से हो? पंजाब से? Can you please unmute your mic? Okay, okay. No question. Okay, dear face, we can conclude the session, please.
Yes, sir. As we conclude today's session, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Meher Chand for today's insightful lecture on data cleaning and missing values. Today's session emphasized the importance of preparing data before analysis. We explored practical techniques for identifying and handling missing values, along with essential data pre-processing methods that improve the quality and reliability of data sets. These skills form a crucial foundation for data analysis, machine learning, and AI applications. I encourage everyone to revisit today's exercises and practice cleaning different data sets using pandas. The more you work with real-world data, the more confident you will become in handling the challenges that come with it. I would also like to thank all participants for your active participation, thoughtful questions, and continued enthusiasm throughout today's session. Your engagement continues to make this training program interactive and enriching. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a wonderful night, and we look forward to seeing you in the next session.
Thanks, dear participant. You can get the files in your WhatsApp group. Okay, so both the files are there, and try to complete all this content, which will help you in the coming sessions. Thank you and good night.